what is possibly coming as a setback for consumers and perhaps a win for the restaurant industry. If not a win, at least a little relief. The Delhi High Court has stayed the CCPA's guidelines that banned service charges earlier this month. So what happens next and what can consumers do? Let's understand and get perspective on it. Anjan Chatterjee is Chairman and Managing Director of Speciality Restaurants, and he's joining us on the show. Great to have you with us. And Rekha Agarwal is a consumer lawyer at the Supreme Court. Thanks for making the time for joining us as well. But coming to you first, Anjan Chatterjee, the court now staying the directive of the Central Consumer Protection Authority, the CCPA. The claim, of course, from restaurateurs has been that levying a service charge is not illegal and is not an unfair trade practice. Now that you've got that stay from the Delhi High Court, how are you viewing it?
I've always believed in the fact that, and actually we have believed at NRAI, that this is something which was not the best decision the government could have taken. And because of the fact that we display that on outside the restaurant that we have a 10% service charge, and then inside the restaurant we have on each page we say we have a service charge levied. On top of that, if someone says that we will not pay, we ensure that money is refunded if there is someone who's got any problems with the service or the food. Now this is a form of tips, anything going to the boys. There are thousands and lakhs of people who are working in this industry. This money is divided between the back of the house, that's the kitchen, and also the front of the house. Now, considering the fact that we were always trying to pursue the government, we had a series of meetings, but NRAI was pressing the fact that this is not something which is unfair. It's a fair trade practice. Fortunately, the Honorable Court gave us the right decision, and then it is kind of a moral victory. It's never you versus me. We don't want to be anti-establishment, but we tried to pursue and the case and also persuade the IS officers and the bureaucrats who were very considerate at a point of time, but I really don't know what went through. But now it is very clear that it is only in dine-in that we will be charging 10%. And there's a confusion that on deliveries, do we do it? The Honorable Court has also said that you cannot charge on that, but that has been the novel practice. On deliveries, there is no service charge. And I will add to that, on the buffets, where we have no service because the customer or the guest actually gets up and takes their own food. So there's no service involved. We do not charge any service charge. That is where we are.
Now, those are certain clarifications that have come in. Rekha Agarwal, how do you see this stay from a consumer perspective, from everything that the Delhi High Court has said on the matter so far? Of course, it would come as a relief to restaurateurs. But in case, if the levy of service charge is held up by the court, does it go against the rights of the consumer as per Section 2 of 47 of the Consumer Protection Act, you believe?
Frankly speaking, though I'm a bit disappointed today after this judgment, this order has been passed by the Honorable High Court. But being a part of the legal system, I respect the order which has been passed. There is no reason to be upset about that as of now, because this is only an interim order. Though of course this has given a big breather and a sigh of relief to the restaurant owners, but it is only an interim order and which is till 25th of November. And the Honorable Single Judge has further clarified that though the restaurant owners have challenged the guidelines given by the CCPA regarding non-levying of the service charge, but still the Honorable High Court has again laid emphasis on the fact that this stay is subject to the condition, and he's reiterated the fact that all restaurant owners who are levying the service charge must make it very, very clear in the menu cards and at a prominent place in the restaurant that they are levying service charge, so that the guest who walks inside the hotel or the restaurant gets a very clear option before he orders the food that, look, this restaurant is going to levy the service charge, so it is my choice whether I opt to dine in that restaurant or not. Having said that, I would reiterate that
Yes.
it is too soon, to
Yes,
be flagging
certainly.
the victory, having the victory march.
Sure.
It is only an interim order.
Only
Time
an
will tell
interim order, and that
ultimately
point is taken. But
only
on the point that Rekha Agarwal is making, Mr. Chatterjee, the court has said that the stay is subject to the members of the petitioners ensuring that the levy of service charge, in addition to the price and taxes and obligation of the customer to pay the service charge, is duly and prominently displayed on the menu or other places. Is this in a way suggesting that this was not a common practice, that the optional nature of paying service charge was not prominently communicated or displayed by restaurateurs, which is why we have this situation?
I think majority of us are doing that. We've gone after this particular confusion started. We've been upping our antenna, and we've been doing it, talking to all individuals. Maybe some small operators may not have done that, but now that the clarity has come from the Honorable Court, we would 100% ensure that each member of National Restaurant Association will definitely display it, and as a practice also put it on the menu card.
Enough. It is an interim order, and we'll have to wait for further hearings and see exactly where this case goes. From a consumer standpoint, it does come as a bit of a setback, but we'll see exactly how the government dictate, what the court has to say, how restaurateurs have been approaching it, and what consumer protection right activists are actually saying about it, and who gets the final way is something that we are watching very closely. Anjan, Chatterjee and Rekha Agarwal, thank you very much for joining us this evening on this.
Pleasure.